Here's where I am currently on the red dino styrofoam drawing. The red T-Rex styrofoam drawing. I'm trying to make the skin look dry and scaly, and the darker colors are meant to show death in a way. I'm trying to make this drawing as realistic as possible based off of pictures of a T-Rex that I found online. Most of this progress was made starting in the afternoon after another attempt at deciding on a fetch with Rough Ruffman game to play proved unsuccessful. Dan and I went to Salvatore's today around 5:10 p.m. And tonight was a Tuesday, so Salvatore's had the $10 pasta special. For my $10 pasta special, I said I wanted the spaghetti with Alfredo sauce and meatballs. Yeah, but they ended up giving me the ziti instead. Which is perfectly fine. Although I would have preferred the spaghetti. This is a slice of a homemade carrot cake that was made by one of Dad's friends named Andy. He made it for Abby's birthday, who's one of the bartenders that works at Salvatore's. Right before Dad drove to Salvatore's, or as part of a stop, we went to a Starbucks in order to get a gift card as a birthday present. Dad had me hold onto some wrapping paper he had cut out from a roll of wrapping paper, as well as onto a thing of clear tape. And Dad was the one who paid for the gift card, since I currently don't really have a source of income for the moment. And I was the one who handed Abby the gift card after she gave me a slice of the ice cream cake that was there. With a vanilla layer on top of a chocolate layer. That ice cream cake was there in order to celebrate Abby's birthday. And then later on, some of her friends arrived to sing happy birthday to her and give her some gifts. And then near the very end, the whole bar sang the happy birthday song for Abby. And then Andy had slices cut out of his homemade carrot cake. It was actually his first time really making cake. This bread, as always, came with the pasta as part of the $10 deal. I believe Dad heated it in the microwave this time around. It's currently 10:20 p.m. I'm on level 344 for my current disciple in their Congregate game sword fight. Part of that has to do with the fact that for my first school in the second area, I ended up hiring Grandmaster Wallace to be my first rival at a cost of 18 million platinum. I was able to beat Grandmaster Wallace at spars by increments of 25 levels, starting from, I think it was level 290, all the way up to level 365. I'm currently at a training level of 370. It's helped me with mastering some fighting skills, so I'll be able to boost up their max level in a future disciple run. And the next time around, those levels for those skills will be silvered instead of bronzed, so leveling them up will only cost 2 skill points instead of 3. I'm currently researching the sword scrolls, all the swords to at least level 5. So I just switched from the Falcron to the Rapier. Once I'm done with that last sword, I get it to at least level 5. I'll move on to the getting all the armor and shield scrolls to at least level 5. And this is so I'll be able to, in a future disciple run, master the familiarity of every sword, armor, and shield available to me more quickly. All of these is part of efforts to get the rest of the awards on page 2 of the awards, under the awards tab. A kind man named John paid for me to get the Shamrock cocktail drink special of the week. And Abby put the cocktail in one of those Guinness pints. Or I believe it's technically called a draught glass. This paper cup contains my magnesium water, I believe I had the mac and cheese, the cooked Bob Evans tub, along with the 2 leftover pieces of pizza cold, somewhere between noon and 1 p.m. Around 9 in the morning, I started having all the coffee Dad left for me when he left for work today. I believe I finished it around 11 in the morning. Except for one last bit. Within the coffee pot, I believe I finished that around 1 p.m. I mostly had the coffee from 9 to 11 in the morning. Around 9, I also had the zinc water and the olive oil water, as well as that last peanut donut, or as Wegmans called it, a fry cake. And sword fight, I also spent the new gold lineage coins I got recently on unlocking 2 additional actions actions for my fighting tactics so I could incorporate always being on my the superior stance to include enemies who primarily have the attack stance and the new assault stance as their default stance. I think it was only just today that I got back on my fighting tactics. For a time, I thought that I could just use the barrage stance for everything, but that turned out to not be the case. Hiring Grandmaster Wallace as my rival ended up bringing Knights and Paladins from Area 1 into Area 2 to spar me. The thing is, Grandmaster Wallace, at least for the time being, can't parry or feint or reversal whatsoever. Because he's a rival from Area 1 and not Area 2, but we'll see what develops in the future. The funny thing is, because Andy didn't have any other place to put this cake, he put the carrot cake in a turkey pan with the lid used as a cover. He took the lid off, brought over a candle, and lit it with, presumably, a lighter. Then Dad got our dessert fried dough first, since we ended up bringing our pasta dinners home. That was the intended plan. Dad had his right as soon as we got home, around 7:30 p.m. While I decided to wait. Primarily because I ended up not really feeling like working on the Red T-Rex very much until the afternoon, and wanted to get some more work done on it before showing it for tonight's my dinner video. When the fried dough came out, me biting into the first piece resulted in a sort of explosion kind of powdered sugar with, I think, a bit of cinnamon mixed in, powdered cinnamon. Getting all over the blue shirt and the crotch of the black pants I wore to Salvatore's for the sort of Abby's birthday celebration. Dad, for his drink, got his usual glasses of beer. I believe he had a few glasses, and then toward the end of our stay at Salvatore's, it was initially planned that Dad and I, along with his friend John and his other friend Andy, would all do something called a peanut butter and jelly shot, but it ended up just being Dad and I. And so the shot ended up being somewhat sweet, with a smell and sort of taste of peanut butter, but I did detect some sweetness, though that's more attributed to peanut butter, since it does have some sweetness to it typically, but I didn't really taste the jelly aspect, though the liquid itself ended up looking somewhat like strawberry jelly in terms of color. Because it was just Dad and I, we opted to just sip at our shots rather than slamming them. Like you would typically do with a shot. And here's where I am currently in regards to my city in Elvenar.